Dustin Ladenburger is at home on the farm, tending to his cattle. He has 95 Angus cow-calf pairs that he looks after daily. Coming back to the farm was something he never thought twice about after graduating Stratton State College with a range management degree. He is the fourth generation that was drawn to the land in Hitchcock County.
I just felt very lucky that I could have parents and grandparents that were farming and had land that could help me get started.
Dustin knows owning land is important to any farming operation. To make extra money to put toward land purchases, he went back to school and earned a teaching degree. His plan was to teach long enough to save enough money to have a down payment on some land. It worked. He now owns 800 acres and rents 1,000, which is split between farm ground and pasture. He also splits his time on the farm and in the classroom. He is passionate about agriculture and education.
He's very interested in agriculture and young people, as with his job substitute teaching. And kids flock to him and older people visit with him, so it's good.
You know, the big thing right now in agriculture is teaching people what we do and where your food comes from. So, you know, I really feel that I'm in a opportune place right now to help out agriculture out, where I'm in contact with kids and a lot of different people with different backgrounds.
While Dustin has his own operation, he is the primary caretaker of the family's cattle and pastures. He has half interest in the Titan West adjustable alley system, which replaced the wooden alleys his dad built back in the 80s. It made doctoring cattle easier. When the family's cow herd reached 400 head, he purchased a semi and trailer for the ease and efficiency in transporting the animals to nearly 10,000 acres the family farms.
We have roughly 13 pastures to go to with our cattle, and so usually we run about 30 head in the pastures or so, and then so 30 head of cows will fit on there, so it makes it a lot more efficient.
He works closely with his younger brother Nick and his father Dan on the crop side of the operation. Dustin raises dryland wheat and corn.
It comes down to he makes the final decision on his ground, and we make the final decision on our ground. So we take each other's inputs, but yet the final decision rests on the owner of the land. So.
Today the wheat drill broke down, and all three are working to fix the machine to get the winter wheat planted. Clearly, Dustin prefers the livestock side of the operation, but knows that working together helps keep him in agriculture.
We trade labor for the use of machinery, and I pay for fuel and seed and fertilizer from my own operation, and then work on his operation to pay for the use of his equipment. I take care of his cows and do field work, help harvest.
He's a very good people person, details, things like that. He loves his livestock. He's, you know, the egg crop part of it ain't his highest priority, but he's a super manager when it comes to the livestock side of it, and he watches the grain side too and all that.
The Ladenburger operation works well for Dustin. There are nearly 1,300 bales in this field, put out by this New Holland baler. Dustin operates the baler for his dad, again as trade for his cattle feed. Dustin wants to protect the land and provide the best for his herd. He plants windrows to offer cattle and wildlife protection from Nebraska's harsh winds. He put in a 3-wire cross fence and installed a water line and tank to protect the land and animals. Dustin focuses on improving the quality of his cows, and he looks for specific traits in his bulls and heifers.
I separate the cows out into two groups, and one I call a terminal group, that any animal produced from that group is sold off the farm. And the other group is kind of my replacement group, that if there's a nice heifer in that group, then I will be selecting her, and then they have to be able to have the right size pelvic and disposition and fleshing ability to be put back into the herd.
Dustin's main goal is to provide the best food for our growing population.
The other thing I'm pushing more on now and looking more at is the carcass trait. That way you have the I mean, that's the idea behind this, is we're producing food, so I want the best meal somebody can have.
The computer and the internet are vital parts of Dustin's operation. It helps him track his cattle, helps him with his bookkeeping, and keeps him connected to the cattle industry.
The internet is, it's a communication tool with people in the industry, but it's also that research tool also. I do a lot of looking on the internet as far as character traits of the different bloodlines in the bulls, researching different producers.
He lives in the house his mother Susan was raised in. He loves the history that is connected to the farm, like this old tank house, which is historic to southwest Nebraska farms. At one time, the 1,000-gallon tank supplied water to the farm. Now it's a storage shed that holds lots of fond memories that he hopes to pass on to the next generation.
I know as a kid, my brothers and I could drain it in an afternoon playing in a mud hole. This has already kind of been passed down one generation from in the family. I bought this from my mom's first cousin, and he got it from his parents. So, and he is a bachelor, so it's going to stay in the family as much as possible.
We're proud of him and hope he has continued success.
Just super proud that of everything he's accomplished so far, and he's on the right track.
I would like to thank Farm Bureau for this award and all the opportunities they put out there for young people in agriculture.
Whether Dustin is feeding his cattle or substitute teaching, he feels blessed to share his agriculture experiences with children. He wants to share with the world how agriculture has changed over the years, and to produce an abundant, safe, and affordable food supply, changes need to happen. But one thing will never change for Dustin. It's the love he has for God, his family, and agriculture. That's what makes him Nebraska Farm Bureau's 2009 Young Farmers and Ranchers Achievement Award winner. Congratulations.